What if something has been waiting beneath the ice?
What if it wasn't frozen to death, but preserved, alive in a way we don't understand?
Scientists drill deep into the ice, expecting answers from the past. But something goes wrong. Instruments begin to fail. Heat signatures appear in a place colder than Mars. And then, something moves beneath the ice. How long has it been there, hidden beneath the ice? Could it be older than human civilization? Or even humanity itself? If it's been trapped for millions of years, how is it still active?
At first, scientists believed it was just a geological anomaly.
But then, the signals began. Not random, not natural, almost intentional. The expedition began like any other polar research mission. A team of scientists arrived to study ice cores and Earth's ancient climate. The site was chosen based on satellite scans showing unusually thick ice layers. Everything seemed normal at first. Data was flowing. Systems were stable. But then, subtle anomalies began to appear. The ice composition was different, denser in some layers, warmer in others. At nearly 4 kilometers deep, something changed. The drill slowed, as if it had hit something solid. The team expected rock, but the readings didn't match anything known. It wasn't rock, and it wasn't metal.
It had an internal structure, something organized. Heat beneath Antarctic ice isn't impossible, but this was different.
The temperature wasn't gradual, it was concentrated, pulsing, almost rhythmic, like a heartbeat beneath the ice. The scientists thought it was a malfunction, a simple error. But every test confirmed the same result. Something beneath the ice was generating heat. As drilling continued, communication systems began to fail. Data transmissions became corrupted. Instruments behaved unpredictably. Then someone heard it. Faint vibrations through the drill. At first, it seemed like noise, just mechanical interference. But it wasn't random. It began to repeat.
Structured, intentional, like something was trying to communicate.
As drilling continued, the resistance suddenly vanished.
It didn't hit rock. It entered a hollow space.
A camera probe was lowered into the darkness. What it revealed changed everything. A hidden subglacial lake, untouched for millions of years.
Completely isolated, completely unknown.
Subglacial lakes are rare, but this one was different.
The water was warmer, chemically impossible by known standards.
At first, they detected only microscopic life. But deeper scans revealed something much larger. Something was moving beneath the surface. Not just life, something far more complex. The team hesitated, but curiosity pushed them forward. A robotic probe was sent deeper into the lake. At first, there was nothing but darkness. Then, something moved. A shadow, too large to ignore. For a split second, the camera saw it.
The footage was replayed again and again.
This time, they saw it more clearly.
Its surface wasn't organic. It was smooth.
It didn't resemble any known life form.
It looked structured. This wasn't just a creature. It was something else.
The probe continued scanning deeper into the lake.
Then something unexpected appeared. It wasn't just one. There were many.
And they weren't moving randomly.
Their movement suggested something far more complex.
And for the first time, the team felt fear.
Just when they thought it was over, the signal returned.
But this time, it was stronger.
And then, something changed in the pattern. It wasn't random anymore. It was responding. Something was learning their signal. And for the first time, they realized.
The camera moved closer for a direct observation.
What they saw changed the atmosphere instantly. Then it reacted. It wasn't random movement.
It was awareness.
And then it faced the camera.
It was looking back.
The signal didn't just continue. It changed form.
Now it wasn't random. It was structured repetition. It began to resemble communication.
And then the system responded back.
It wasn't imitation. It was understanding.
They were no longer observing it. It was communicating with them.
But then, the system detected a shift. The entity reacted violently. Systems began failing one by one.
Containment was no longer guaranteed. And the entity grew stronger. This was no longer an observation. It was a warning.
And then everything stopped. All communication channels were gone.
Even the lake went silent. But then, a new signal appeared.
It wasn't noise, it was structured again.
And what it said was never fully understood.
After the signal, everything changed.
The discovery was never made public.
No one agreed on what it meant.
But the signal was still there.
And somewhere, it was still listening.
We were never alone. We just didn't know it.